It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Sears Hometown Store, locally owned and operated right here in Mountain Home.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It is Monday, March 16th, 2020. It's 7 a.m. Doing things just a little bit different this morning. We're squeezing in another guest with the closing of the schools. Dr. Jake Long's going to be here in just a few minutes. So we're going to do an abbreviated opening this morning.
Alrighty.
To give him some time. That way Bob Zdora and Bob Rechtenwald can all get everything in that we need. And so first I need to tell you that Down on the Corner is brought to you by your hometown Sears store at 1029 Highway 62 East. Today and tomorrow they have a big, 10% off today?
10% off today and tomorrow for friends and family.
Friends and family.
Yep. We'll just
Can't
keep it
beat
quick.
that.
But
Good thing you got family.
because I don't have a family. Based on the panel on this table.
Moving on.
Be sure to check out your hometown Sears store. JR and the staff do a great job there. Hometown, home owned. The money stays here. The taxes are paid here. Shop here at Sears. You know, home appliances, whatever it may be, garden equipment. Check out your hometown Sears store. And of course, we're enjoying Brewed Awakening Coffee. You can do the very same thing. Brewed Awakening Coffee. 3 locations to serve you. Of course, you got Bomber Boulevard, 62 East Plaza, and Bomber Boulevard, which is not going to be very busy because of the subject matter coming up when Dr. Long gets here. For those that don't know, the governor closed the schools starting tomorrow. And so we'll have Tuesday through Friday off, and then next week, of course, is spring break. And so Jake Long is on his way.
Just started spring break early.
Yeah, just started spring break early. 4 extra days, just like 4 snow days before spring break. But
There you
Dr.
go.
Long's on his way, going to be discussing it. I'll let him talk about that. And so appreciate Brewed Awakening, Mike and his staff for all they do at all 3 locations, Bomber Boulevard, Baxter Regional Medical Center. Brewed Awakening Coffee. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes. And when they say with all our respect, they mean with all their respect. I mean, that's how they do business. Dr. Brad, Bruce, Charlotte, Chris. I think that's everybody. Somebody down there, I don't know. Very professional, caring, loving, and understanding. And so, with all our respect for Roller Funeral Homes, and 29 in the state with
Yes,
one
sir.
in Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah, Roller Funeral Homes. Let's pause now for a very short morning prayer. Heavenly Father, we sure learned the hard way. Had we trusted you and obeyed, we probably wouldn't be in this mess. And my prayer today is you help us to turn back to Christ. That's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes. And we're already at the weather at 7:03.
I know, right?
That horn ain't ready at all. He didn't get a chance to warm it up at all.
Do-do-do-do.
Yeah, see, there we go.
Boy, not ready is right.
Subdued.
Take 2.
Do-do-do-do.
Getting better.
Yeah.
We'd go through a reel of tape getting that take done.
Well,
Oh, morning weather brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zdora for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. Bob is here for This Week in Real Estate. Talk a little bit more about needing listings here in just a few minutes. And, hey, we got a minute to take a look at the White River, don't we? Yep. Yep, a little bit of rain over Cotter, Arkansas.
Yeah, there
The
is.
bridge lights are still on. The city lights are still on. Maybe this will put a smile on somebody's face today.
Very pretty.
Skies are gray due to the rain. We've got a lot of rain in the area right now. And you're looking from Marion County, Arkansas into Baxter County, Arkansas. And beautiful little town of Cotter, Arkansas.
Yes, sir.
It's brought to you by the Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zdora for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. They need some listings. And if you want to get listed and sold, choose the award-winning Z-Team.
Yes, sir.
They get the job done. Arkansas or Missouri. Like I say, we'll talk about it here in just a few minutes. And so, morning weather brought to you by the Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zdora. We're in the mid to high 30s all across the region with the exception of Watford City, North Dakota. They're at 19 degrees.
That's too bad.
That's too bad. 37 in Mountain Home, 38 at Yellville, 37 in Calico. Around the region, St. Louis is at 35, 37 at West Plains. Bring up the radar here.
it's raining.
Boy, very good. Look at this rain.
The same
It's a
it's
dry
always
19
been.
degrees, though, in Watford City, North Dakota.
That's true.
It's a dry 19 degrees.
Yeah, that's for sure. There's some heavy rain along the Arkansas-Missouri state line, and that's starting to move just across the line a little bit, and a lot of shower activity in Springfield and Branson. up towards Gainesville, and it'll be going into the West Plains area. And so trying to keep this abbreviated as much as I can to give Dr. Long some time here in a minute. Showers all the way from Texarkana to Conway back up to Springdale. We'll be getting some of those showers here shortly. Shower activity moving in from Jefferson City towards St. Louis, Lebanon towards St. Louis. It's just Arkansas and Missouri, we're wet right now, so that's just how it is.
Yeah.
No watches or warnings for us right now in the state of Arkansas other than some minor flooding along the state line. We have a 90% chance of showers today, drops to 40% chance tomorrow. Then we have more rain Wednesday and Thursday. But then it warms up, a high of 72 on Thursday. I do need to bring this to the attention. Once it loads, it's not going to load. Okay, there it goes. Within Missouri, if you're traveling in southern Missouri, there are several flood watch boxes we need to be aware of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them between here and, say, Lebanon, Missouri. Most of these would be like the highways that are labeled A or BB.
Yeah, they're going to
C,
be county
the
roads.
county
County
roads. So
right.
just be careful, use some caution there, and just be careful.
Yeah.
Right.
Going to rain for the next couple of days.
Use your better judgment. Don't cross a low water bridge.
That's right.
I've done it. It ruined the truck.
Yes.
Did. So.
And so, morning weather brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zdora for all your real estate needs. Dr. Long just walked in the building real quick. Upcoming events, the bunker serving veterans, veterans serving veterans, First Baptist Church, April 2nd from 6 to 7. And it's at 1205 Spring Street. And so, might want to call the church 425-6961, double check with all the stuff being canceled.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt to check. Bingo, April 7th at the VFW 5742, Cotter Joe P. Joslin Jr., Post 23 in Cotter. Bingo on Thursday from 12 to 4, Sunday from 12 to 4. Come on out and have some fun. Going to take a quick break. 7:05, Dr. Jake Long, Mountain Public Schools, is walking in. Be right back.
Hi, we're Bob and Linda Zdora, the Z-Team at Century 21 LeMac Realty, and we'd like you to meet the rest of our team.
When you are working with the Z-Team, you will find that not only are they down-to-earth people, but they are trained professionals who work with downsizers, first-time homebuyers, and clients who may want to relocate to our beautiful Ozarks. Our team has agents who specialize in lake and river properties, listing and selling raw land, acreage, and all residential homes. Listing your property with the Z-Team will help get it sold with unmatched Century 21 global marketing. You can find out more at retiretoarkansas.net. Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
7:10, we want to welcome Dr. Jake Long, contacting him yesterday after the governor's announcement, along with Johnny Key and Leslie Rutledge's announcement. So, Dr. Long, tell us what you got.
Well, as the public knows, the governor has shut down all the schools in the state of Arkansas from tomorrow, the 17th, through the end of the week. Of course, next week was a scheduled break, spring break for all the schools and universities across the state. And so that, it really gives the school districts a 2-week window here, a 14-day window to do a few things. Number one, clean, sanitize, get rid of all that's there. Number two, it allows any kind of symptoms with any students or teachers that might be infected with the virus, allows those symptoms to come to fruition, so that they can then begin that process for quarantine, for isolation, so that we don't just keep spreading it around prior to those symptoms coming to life. And so it really gives that window. We are currently scheduled to open back up on the 30th of March. And so we're the next 4 days we'll be delivering digital instruction, grades 3 through 12, and then grades K through 2 will be more of the AMI type packets that we have done in the past. Our staff have been working really hard on this for over about 7 to 10 days, and updating those packets, making sure that all the assignments that we're distributing out are as relevant as possible to this time of school year, because we don't want just a bunch of busy work. We want it to be as effective as possible, and really that's the instructions that the superintendents across the state receive from Johnny Key.
So the AMI days, now this would be basically like 4 snow days.
Essentially, yes, yeah. And so our finish, at this time, our finish school date remains the same, May 21st, and so, but we'll see how the next couple weeks move forward. I also, at this time, as of last night, locally, we haven't seen any of those cases come forward. Haven't seen anything come through the schools.
No need to panic.
No need to panic. But it is something that I think that everybody, needs to be aware of and take the precautions that have been given out there. And this we're starting with the schools.
Go ahead. The AMI days, are they internet based?
They are.
What does a child do that doesn't have good internet access?
It's a great question. There's 2 options for them today, which is something I'm very thankful that the governor and or Johnny Key came up with. They'll be downloading those assignments onto the Chromebooks that will be being distributed, so they have that option. Also, there's going to be multiple options around the city and also the school system for students to have access. We also have had several people reach out. Next has reached out. We've been working with Verizon on different hotspots as well. So we definitely have some solutions for those students that might not have internet or internet service.
I think perhaps some of the churches may say, hey, you can drop off here for 3 or 4 hours where they already have the internet.
Yeah, absolutely they have. I'll just tell you guys, we live in a special community.
Yeah.
And from everything to internet access and really why the internet is the key is because that keeps our learning as relevant as possible. Sure. And that keeps it from being busy work. It allows engagement with the teacher, and God forbid that this thing extends any further than what this 2-week window is going to be. That particular piece is going to be very critical in ensuring any kind of long-term learning.
Yeah.
If it was going to happen, this was the best time to have it happen.
It is, because we're able to utilize spring break. I'm a little bit, I would have preferred for us locally that we, tried to maintain some continuity through this week. But at the same time, I fully respect and understand the governor's decision. because the likelihood is that it is here. We just haven't gotten, we haven't been able to get those testing yet. So there will be food services available for the students, and so details will be coming out this afternoon regarding that.
Food services?
Yep. So
really,
breakfast and lunch will be available for pickup over the next 4 days, and then we're also assessing the need for those that might not have transportation. That's been another thing that has been
childcare.
Yeah, the people on the buses and stuff like that. Yeah.
So that's been another thing that our community has just poured in to support. They want to make sure that there are no food insecurities with our students over the next 4 days, because the reality is whenever a child's not in session, we have kids that might not have proper meals or nutrition at home. So we're working hard to make sure that that's an option available as well.
Trying to think, how can we volunteer to help on that issue there to get the food to the kids? Perhaps because you go all the way state line, go all the way across Lake Norfolk.
Yeah, we actually, our bus drivers are available. We have people that's already volunteered to be on the buses, and so since we're not going to be picking up kids for transporting them to and from school, then that's a real option that we were planning to be doing.
You can kind of DoorDash it with with the buses.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, and there's a lot of schools that are utilizing that model. I saw where actually Little Rock Public Schools are doing that exact same thing. So, lots of good things happening in this time of crisis, of concern, of really panic. And so, my biggest thing that I would communicate this morning is don't panic. Things are going to be fine.
Yep.
And listen to the guidelines, listen to the advice that are being provided by our governor, by the Arkansas Department of Health, by the CDC. Let's heed those guidelines. And let's be smart with all things that we do. Let's be smart with going to the grocery store and buying things. Let's be smart with our interactions. And I think that if we all apply a little common sense here, we'll look back on this thing whenever it is and feel like that we've navigated it as best as possible.
Very good.
Yes, we will.
Thanks for coming in on short notice.
Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it.
All right, Dr. Jake Long, Mountain Home Public Schools Superintendent, responding to the governor's request to shut down all the schools. And this will be replayed again at 5 o'clock tonight on XL7 TV and Suddenlink 22. Take us to a quick break. Coming up this week in real estate with Bob Zdora.
Experience the best in Mexican dining. Letty's in Gassville. Open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday till 3 on Sunday with delicious breakfast served all day. Enjoy an authentic Mexican lunch or dinner. 99-cent tacos on Thursday. Seniors 10% discount every day. And don't forget to try their new, fresh, never frozen premium steaks. And keep it piping hot with the table grill. No time? Give Letty's a call today to have your order to go waiting for you. Experience the best in Mexican dining. Letty's in Gassville. Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn and Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn and Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
At MSI, they're not just another trash service. They're your friendly, family-owned and operated trash service, providing residential, commercial, and roll-off pickup. MSI offers competitive rates and services 5 counties in the north central Arkansas area. Various dumpster sizes available for commercial and accommodating you with weekly pickup for your convenience. Call Tammy or Kathy today at MSI. MSI Trash Service, small enough to know you and large enough to service you.
7:20. We appreciate Dr. Long coming in on short notice. I texted him late yesterday afternoon, and thanks to Bob Rucknwald, Bob Zdora for helping readjust the schedule. And so it's time for This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zdora. For all your real estate needs, 870-405-0793, retireToArkansas.net. Thank you for the abbreviated weather.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, it's, this is serious business, and as far as getting the information out, so to cut down on the panic, to cut down on people being worried about what about this, what about that. So the more information you can get out, the better off we all are.
You bet.
And Jake's a great spokesman for the school, obviously a great administrator. And
we're lucky to have him.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Well, and we're lucky to be where we are.
You bet.
I mean, the Ozarks has in our corner of the Ozarks, has just a belief in it that things are going to be okay, and people turn out and they help each other when they need to, and that's priceless. I mean, that's really what it's all about. These are kind of unusual times right now. We're kind of on untreaded water. Us professionally, people just don't know. You hear this, you hear that, and that's how you end up with these toilet paper runs on toilet paper and stuff like that. It's like, really? Where did that come from? Of all the things to run on.
You've got chicken and hamburger.
Well, what I'm saying, I mean,
and
all the things that you would possibly go for. Toilet paper seems bad. But it shows how people can be influenced, and not necessarily in a good way. And so we're going to do our best to keep level-headed, help our clients the best we can. I think that we're not going to see a big exodus from here. If anything, we'll probably pick some people up trying to come here. And they're going to be right-thinking people, and that's what we want. So we ask everybody to be smart and be calm. The business is going to continue no matter what, and it's going to continue in pretty short order. We'll all be back in, we'll look back and just go, wow, what a spring.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there, So there's maybe some delays that we're going to run into with closing companies, and banks may not be fully staffed and things like that, but it's all going to work out, and people are going to come, they're going to buy houses, people are going to sell houses, they're going to need to leave the area, they're going to need to just life is going to continue on. You see a lot of babies, that's always a good sign, and medical center here is great, our medical attention here is great. Governor's done a good job for my money, so life is going to go on, and this will pass. And give thanks to God for the wonderful place that we live. That Illinois shut down all the restaurants and bars, because some people got out Saturday night and had a good time. So we'll shut down the whole state, and we're in a similar spot here. With our part of the state isn't affected, and we thank you for that. And we're going to assume that it's going to continue along that way. There may be one or two somewhere along the line that are going to pop up, but it's not this massive thing that we have downstate, and that more people are concerned about it. It's just kind of wash your hands, wipe things down. If you have a business in your house, people generally on showings and stuff, they're not in there touching people's stuff anyway, so that's not really an issue. And it's going to work out. I mean, that's really where we are with this. It's going to work out.
How's this headline right here affect you?
The interest rates, those interest rates don't really affect the mortgage rates. The mortgage rates are based more on the bonds. But it's going to affect people's businesses. There's no doubt about that. I mean, when you get to a zero rate, I thought maybe it was a little early that you don't want to use up all your ammunition right away. But we'll see. I mean, we're going to think good thoughts, and it'll work out. I think that in the grand scheme of things, there will be, we're going to come back.
Oh yeah.
This isn't going to go on forever. The Chinese are getting back from it already. They're seeing it, and the numbers falling down. Places in Europe where they just weren't prepared. I think that the president, by closing the flights right away when they saw there was an issue, for all the heat he took from it, and they're all denying, oh no, we didn't say those things. Yeah, you all did. So, but he did the right thing by closing that down, saying, whoa, they've got a problem over there that they're not handling very well. We need to be ready for it here. And I think that made a big difference in us. And we stand alone.
The Democrats were ready for border control.
strange how that happens, isn't it? Yes, it is.
How's that for a curveball?
Yeah, but that's true. I mean, the realization of what goes on and how things get to this point. Like I said, I think that the president was ahead of that, and that's good. That was a good thing. So,
And I like he said, buy what you need. Don't overbuy. Use some common sense.
yes.
Yes. Like Dr. Long just said.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's really what it is. Toilet paper. I still don't understand that. What you're going to use, everybody, I tell people when they move here, everybody should have 3-4 days worth of food in the house anyway.
Yeah.
At any time. Because you just don't know. This could be snow and ice.
Yeah.
I mean, and we'd be in the same situation and not being able to get around. So you need to be prepared for those types of things anyway. I talked to my mom in Chicago, and she says, "Oh, I'm just fine. I got food." She says, "If it gets to the point where I have to eat cereal for dinner one night, okay." And she's right. So
Guilty.
That's good. Yeah.
Captain Crunch last night. Whoa.
So take what you need.
Yeah.
But that take what you need, not anymore. It's kind of interesting to see the stores and the mentality going forward. But it's going to be okay. It is going to be okay, and business is going to go on. Do what you can to help support the local businesses, the local restaurants, to keep things moving here.
Let me plug Sears real quick. We got the big sale at Sears today and tomorrow. Hometown. Go visit Sears. Just you bet.
And if you're not feeling well, okay, then do something about it. I saw a thing yesterday.
Don't go visit.
Don't go visit. Yeah, exactly. But if you and the bigger problem is going to be like allergies are starting.
Yeah.
Because I could feel a bit in the back of my eyes yesterday. I was like,
Right.
So, take a deep breath and try to hold it for 10 seconds. And if you're not all coughing and hacking and wheezing, because what this thing does is like pneumonia. It's like fibers in your lungs, and you can't do that when you get the fibers. So you'll know well ahead of other symptoms if you start coughing and hacking. It's like, oh, wait a minute, something isn't right there.
Yeah.
Call. Go on. Use the app for Baxter. I'm sure that they've got. I'm sure they're set up for that as well, and I'm sure they'll work out specific protocols for that. And that's one of the other blessings that we have here. That we have hospitals that can do that. You can get help by sitting at home. Don't go out. Churches I know Catholic churches closed starting tomorrow. And I think a number of the Baptist churches are closed as well.
We're still discussing it. We may pre-record.
So they're going to have, I know they're talking about numbers of meetings. If you have more than X amount of people, they don't want to have meetings. Yeah. That's all going to work out. Then it'll pass. And
they didn't pass the offering plate in a Baptist church.
No, they didn't.
Drop it in the basket.
You're talking about it being like a pneumonia. Taiwan actually calls it the Wuhan pneumonia, not corona.
Yeah.
That's what they figured, and they're starting to come up with some cure.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the thing. Once they figure out this is what it is, and this is what we're going to do, that we can get ahead of this, and we need to take care of ourselves, wash your hands, be responsible, and it's going to pass.
Yeah,
Don't overreact. Don't overreact is the bigger part of it. Because we'll know if we're not.
Most they can do is kill you.
That's going to happen anyway, sooner or later. I mean, one way or another, that's going to happen. So, that was like, that was great.
Thank you.
I'm not looking to go anywhere. How about them numbers, Rob?
I wasn't lining up.
Old guys
I wasn't
might be
lining up
looking
with
Yeah.
it. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Thank God. Thank you, Robert. This week in real
Got a
estate.
chuckle out of that one, didn't
Yeah. This week in real estate. There were, it's now going to be all goofed up, 34 new listings came up, 4 commercial properties, 7 parcels of land, 23 homes came on the market, came on in a range from $449,000 to $57,000. 2 came on as active contingent, so market's still moving. There's people that were down, and we were out with people this weekend showing stuff every day. Sam was out with people, Darlene was out with people. There are people down there looking to buy properties. There were 25 sales, 2 commercial properties, 3 parcels of land, 20 homes sold. Those homes sold in a range from $279,000 to $32,000. The average sale price of $140,000. 108 days on market. $2.8 million in residential real estate.
How much?
2.8. and residential real estate closed this past week.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Considering what's going
Yeah.
on health-wise across the
Yeah.
nation.
Well, these were all in the hopper for a little bit,
Yeah,
so they
yeah.
didn't, 11 properties expired, 27 had price changes, but there's 72 pending. So that stuff that's new, and that number's going up every week. So people are in the process of doing business. They're selling their homes. People are coming here to buy homes. So we're in a blessed area. And people realize that as well. There's currently 427 homes listed on the MLS, 122 in Mountain Home, 24 in Bull Shoals, 11 in Cotter. Sales year to date, there's been 163 homes have sold for $24.4 million. Average sale price is $150,000 with 140 days on market. Last year, there had been 155 homes that sold, and we were smoking last year. 155 homes that sold for $23.2 million, 136 days on market with an average sale price of $149.
So you're still up a little bit from
We're
last
up.
year?
Oh, yeah. So we're still, we're riding that raise. Interest rates are great. The prime doesn't affect the mortgages as much, but it will affect, psychologically, it does. And you can get more money for less money. Take a full loan, take a regular loan. Don't stay away from any of the balloons and things like that.
Yeah.
If you take a regular loan, you're going to be much happier at the end of the day. You can always pay more into it, and there's no age discrimination. So they gave me, when I refied an RVA loan, they gave me a 30-year loan. I said, "Are you nuts?" They said they can't discriminate against you. That's one of the hard and fast rules. So if you want to give me that kind of money, yes, please, I will gladly take it. You'll get it back, one way or the other, but you'll
From
get
somebody.
it back. Yeah, right, yeah. But if I can take and use your money and live in a nicer house, I'm fine with that. And then people should be thinking along the same lines. People, I want to be debt free. I want to do this and that. 3% is debt free. I mean, if you can pick up a 3.5, up to 4, 5, 7, 8 used to be a normal. That was a good rate back in the day.
Remember the Jimmy Carter days of 21%?
Well, those are, I remember
And
those too.
Back
but
then, 10 was a good rate.
Yeah, oh yeah,
it really was. Yeah,
but 7, 8 was a normal rate, and we're in the 4s. That's a pretty good deal. I mean, it's all based on your credit and things like that. There's some factors that go into there. If you're a veteran, you can avoid some of the fees. You don't have to pay the PMI and stuff, and Sam and I can help you with that. We're both military relocation professionals. We're the only one that has that designation from the National Association of Realtors, and we're pretty proud of that. We do our best to help the veterans out, and obviously everybody out, and this is what we do. But stay calm. It's going to be okay. We're going to get through all this, and life is going to go on. Like I say, there's people coming. They're looking to move here. Don't be skittish of that. It's going to work out.
let's talk real quick. We got a couple minutes before we take a break. Needing some listings.
Well, yeah,
you're
the
thinking
market,
about
I mean,
selling-
we're down, the market itself is down quite a bit. And like I say, homes are selling. Sam, the house that Sam's going to write on this morning, that came out like on Friday, I think it did.
Really?
And he's got people that they've been looking, and they, they knew what they wanted, and the right house came up. They're going to write on it this morning. That's not an uncommon thing. Houses are moving along because there's people who want to come here. It's a great place to be. We're blessed to be here in the Ozarks, in our section of the Ozarks. And the rest of the Ozarks isn't too bad either, but from those that are within the sound of our voice here, we are blessed to be here.
Amen to that. Phone number and location.
Phone number, give my honey a call. She spins the plates. She's at 870-405-0793. The website is retirettoarkansas.net. You can take a look on there, and all the listings for the MLS are on there if you're thinking to buy. If you're thinking about selling, just kind of take a look and see where things are, what your competition is, and it can help you with that. But 870-405-0793.
For all your real estate needs, the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zdora. And Bob Recknell's got some guests for you coming up, so I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll be right back after this break.
Rosewood Lanes. Fun happens here.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrubs stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands, including Carhartt, Vera Bradley, Urbane, and Grey's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Skechers, Nursemates, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractables, compression socks, paramedic VDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing embroidery and minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop.
Did you know when you shop at Sears Hometown Stores, you are supporting your local community? That's right. Your local Sears Hometown Store is locally owned and operated by one of your neighbors. Their store offers the best of what Sears has to offer with the top brands and appliances, tools, and lawn and garden. They also offer great financing options that work no matter what you need. Remember to stop by your local Sears Hometown Store today and support a local member of your community.
Have you ever noticed?
We're back with Monday Morning Business Spotlight. 2 weeks ago, we had Evac on, and we had Lacey and who was
Tina. I'm sorry.
And we spent most of our time talking about membership, what the functions were of the membership people. And we decided that we would bring Lacey back on and talk about the actual function of Evac. So here we are. She's brought two guests with her, and I'll let you introduce your guest.
Sure. So this is some of my crew that works at Evac. This is Shaye Phillips. She's our flight medic, and this is Sam Yoder. He's our flight nurse.
What's the difference?
I'll let them tell you.
I'm on this side, so I'll start. My function is more in the field. Paramedics work on ambulances, start out as EMTs, go on to paramedic school, work on ambulances, so we have a lot of the scene experience. We deal with the car accidents, we deal with the heart attacks in the home and strokes and things like that right from the get-go.
Okay.
That's where my expertise lies, in trying to turn the chaos into
more
calm.
of like a emergency
yeah,
type stuff.
The critical right there is what we do.
Okay.
And then we get them stabilized and send them on to Sam, and he does what he does.
So the nurse paramedic, we fly nurses and paramedics together on the aircraft, and that is a really good team. As she mentioned, the paramedics bring the scene, pre-hospital experience. The nurses bring the critical care experience, ICU and ER. We're used to dealing with patients on a lot of different medication drips, balloon pumps, things like that. So really, when you put those two people in the aircraft with the background that we both have, it's pretty much an unstoppable team. So it's a good just thing.
Short of having a physician on board, you guys are it. How many people, how much staff is on that flight?
So we have a nurse and a paramedic,
Okay.
and then a pilot.
And then the pilot.
Yep.
Is the pilot medically trained at all?
He's not. Most of them are not.
That's probably a good
Yeah.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we need them to focus on flying the
There you go.
aircraft, and
Yeah.
we'll take care of the patient. Yeah.
How long have you been doing this?
I'm brand new flying. I just started with Evac in October.
Okay. And where are you from?
I actually live in Missouri, Willow Springs, just a little bit north of West Plains.
And you're stationed here?
Yes.
How about you?
I've been with the company 2.5 years, and I live in Harrison.
Okay, we won't hold that against you.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Figured there might be a comment like
Well,
that
you
coming.
know.
been our rivals forever, huh?
Well, you know, I'm the
We'll keep
oldest one
beating
at the
y'all in
table.
football.
This in good time for commercial. Bring my bouncer in here.
I tried not to hold it against him too.
Yeah, well, you know, comments like that. Gosh.
Hey, I didn't start it, so.
Whew, I will finish it sooner or later. Lacey, what is your function at Evac for the folks that didn't see us 2 weeks ago?
Sure. So I started as a flight nurse
Okay.
and did that for about a year. And then the director position came open, and I had gone back to school and got some extra education and decided to put in for that and got that. So I'm the program director now. So I'm in charge of keeping the base running with our crew. Pilots are a little bit different, though we all work together. They have a little bit different chain, but my primary responsibility is the base and keeping the base running, whatever that means, with staffing, crew changes, budgeting, marketing, all of those things are my
And
responsibility.
the base here is now located on Hospital Drive. Tell us exactly where it is.
It
now.
is. So it's at 549 Hospital Drive. So if you're headed to the hospital on Hospital Drive, you can't miss it on the right.
Okay. Down in the little valley there.
Yes.
On the right-hand side.
Yes.
How do y'all like being over there?
We love it. We love it. So the reason that we did that is because though we had a really good area out on 62, it took time to get to the hospital. And so when we have those critical patients that typically you think about Evac flying, even 10 or 15 minutes, 20 minutes makes a big difference in those patients' lives. So we felt like it was important to get over closer to the hospital so that we could shave off some of that time.
What kind of shifts do y'all work as far as the flight crew, not the pilots, but as far as y'all go? Y'all work a 12-hour shift? Do you work a couple days on, a couple days off?
We work a combination of 12 and 24-hour shifts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's living quarters in that facility then, and y'all stay there,
Yeah.
kind of like the fire department?
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much.
Kinda there
It's
all
set
the
up
time?
like a house, pretty much on the one side with an office, and then it connects to the hangar where the aircraft is.
Okay. How many helicopters do they keep here?
Just one.
Just the one?
Uh-huh. Now we have spares, so, and I forgot that's what we were going to talk about last time. So we used to fly what's called a Bell 206. And then about, it's probably been a little over 2 years ago now, we got our 407. And there's a couple differences. The main differences are it's a 4-blade versus a 2-blade. So it gets us where we're going a little bit quicker. We can lift a little bit more weight, well, quite a bit more weight in this aircraft. And then we also have an extra seat. So we use that primarily for our pediatric patients so that we can have a mom or dad or grandma or grandpa go. Though it can be used for anyone, that's primarily, what we use it for. And of course, that's up to my crew. I leave it up to them always, because if you have a critical patient that you think you might have to do some procedures in flight, then mom or dad or grandma or grandpa is not always a great idea when we need to care for
Don't
that
need
child.
mass hysteria. Yeah. Keep it
That's
calm.
right.
What got you interested in being a paramedic via air?
Via air, my daughter being flown to Springfield in premature labor with my grandson, and the outstanding care she got with Evac specifically.
And you were doing paramedic work
I was
already?
I was a first responder with a local fire department at the time. I wasn't even an EMT, and
Okay.
it just kind of
Developed
guided
that
me.
way?
It sent me where I wanted to be, and my grandson's 11 years old now and doing well, and I've never looked back.
How about you?
So I've wanted to fly for a long time. That's really the reason that I went to nursing school, was to fly one day. And the main reasons are I like to take care of people on the worst day of their life, and we take care of really critical patients. We have to have a lot of training, and we get held to a really high standard, and which we should, and I like that. I just like all aspects about that. Plus, getting to fly around in a helicopter is really cool too.
Where'd you get your RN from?
North Ark and Harrison, and then I finished my bachelor's degree through University of Arkansas.
And this is probably more of a pilot question. The areas that they fly to, I was in the hospital 6 months ago with a family member that had a stroke, and he was in the ER for a long time, and a friend of mine come in with his father-in-law, and Evac had picked him up in a field, a 40-acre field somewhere up in Missouri. And is that common?
to land in fields.
So just land out in the open and just let the
absolutely
people
is.
bring the patient
A
to
lot
you?
of times, they're so rural out here that a lot of times it's just more time effective for us to go directly to a scene than it is to.
Apparently the vehicle can be sitting there waiting on you guys, and y'all just land as close as you can to it and do your thing and get them gone. And
we land on in fields, on highways if we need to. We don't land on highways a lot, but if we need to for a car accident or something, there's no other good place to land. We'll land on
as
highways.
close as you can get.
Yep.
As you say,
as close as safe.
Save as much time as possible.
That's right. We don't like to shut down the road because of traffic and
the highway patrol's
logistics
not always real keen on shutting down the road for that, but
so we only do that if we have to.
7:45. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with Area Evac. Is it Area Evac of Mountain Home? What is it?
Area Evac 12.
Area Evac 12. Okay, good deal. We'll be back in just a minute.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
Hi, we're Bob and Linda Zdora, the Z team at Century 21 LeMac Realty. And we'd like you to meet the rest of our team.
When you are working with the Z Team, you will find that not only are they down-to-earth people, but they are trained professionals who work with downsizers, first-time homebuyers, and clients who may want to relocate to our beautiful Ozarks. Our team has agents who specialize in lake and river properties, listing and selling raw land, acreage, and all residential homes. Listing your property with the Z Team will help get it sold with unmatched Century 21 global marketing. You can find out more at retiretoarkansas.net. Take a step back in.
We're back with Area Evac 12 of Mountain Home. Lacey Robb is the program director, the site director. She's the boss.
She's the boss.
Yep.
She's the boss.
Just got to make sure of that, right? You know, I know you can't get into details, but can you give us an idea of what kind of stuff y'all have to deal with every day?
So, typically
days like today,
patients,
not much because the weather's not going to cooperate.
Yeah, weather's pretty bad today. Typically, just the sickest patients you can think of is who we often deal with.
The use of Area Evac doesn't necessarily have to be driven from an accident. It can be a health problem.
Yeah, so but typically most of our calls are trauma, which could be related to, of course, anything from cars to boats to motorcycles to hiking accidents. Heart attacks and strokes are our main calls. We do other medical calls as well, but those would be
I tell you what, a couple of years ago I had the flu so bad I passed out in my shower. Fell out of the shower, hit my head on the vanity, and laid there for who knows how long. My wife was outside taking care of the animals, and she comes back in and she's like, okay, where is he? And I'm laying in a pool of blood in my bathroom. Well, she calls an ambulance. 45 minutes later, ambulance shows up. They drop me twice, get me out of my house. And I'm like, why don't we call Area Evac? We have a membership and they can land in the backyard. Well, we're too close to town. No, we're not too close to town.
And you know, some people do say that. We hear a lot when we're talking about memberships, oh, I just live right behind the hospital. And that doesn't necessarily mean if you need something that the hospital provides, then that's great. But when you think about Area Evac, you think of the more critical things. So like you mentioned, traumas, burns, accidents, strokes, you know, those kind of things.
Then I shut you off and I apologize for that.
That's okay. No worries.
But go ahead. If you can remember where you were, pick it up.
Yeah.
Well, the time it saves, the time it saves by itself. You know, if we have a burn patient that needs to go to Springfield, putting him in a truck And driving them to Springfield is going to take 2.5, 3 hours, and we can get them there in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So-
And the comfort, though people won't think laying on your back in a helicopter, blah, 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 shaking you, you're not fighting all the curves and the stops and the starts, and you don't know in an ambulance if you're going to run across another accident along the way and get hung up in traffic longer. To me, just the to know that when you get in the air, you're not coming down till you get to your destination, and there's nothing that can slow you down in between.
Our goal is to keep them out of the hospital for the shortest length of time. Whether it's a transfer from another hospital or whether it's a scene flight, getting them to that definitive care in the fastest way we possibly can. We take really good care of folks in that aircraft. Don't get me wrong. And ground crews do an amazing job as well. But 3 hours in a truck or even 45 minutes in a helicopter, you need to get them to that ICU. You need to get them to that surgeon. We can't just, throw them in a truck and expect it to be okay. You got to get them there right now.
But how many flights y'all do? Purpose flights do y'all do in a week's time?
That depends on the time of year. A winter is a little bit slower typically because, you have days like today where the weather's not good and there's not as many people traveling and things in the winter. In the summer is our busiest time. We have trauma season. I don't know if you've ever heard that mentioned before, but there is a trauma season from about May to October.
Okay.
Just because people are, if you think about it, people are on the road a lot more. They're hiking, they're boating, they're jet skis, four-wheelers, all that kind of stuff. And so our flights increase over that time. But that might be a question for you.
Yeah, so
It
winter
varies.
is anywhere from 18 to 26, a month through our cold winter months, and then trauma season up to 48 to 50 flights a month.
Wow. What rule of thumb? Why should a person call air evac? At what point are things bad enough to call air evac?
So that would be we have kind of a list of what we call early activation criteria. So the service we offer is if a ground service or let's say a 911 call comes in for a rollover accident, what they can do, the 911 dispatcher or the first responders or the EMS service can call us and early activate us because it takes us about 7 to 10 minutes to get off the ground, depending if it's day or night. And they do what we call early activation. So that means they call us, we go through our pre-flight stuff, and we can be off the ground flying to that scene. And then if they get there and it's not as bad as they thought it was, they can cancel us. We'll turn around and fly back to base. Just because it saves time, as Shaye mentioned, it cuts time off of that golden hour that we talk about in trauma. So really it's rollover accidents, if there's a death in the same vehicle, heart attacks with greater than 15-minute response time by ground ambulance, strokes, drownings, things like that.
But that judgment call is generally made by somebody that's already on site. A
Not
spouse
always.
Can call in.
Usually it's
dispatcher.
anyone that has information related to that. They don't have to be on scene. And if they cancel us, that's fine. We'd just rather, if it is something that they're going to need us, we'd rather be
So you have
right
to get
there
prepped
overhead.
up and ready to go.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
We never mind being canceled. We
No.
would much rather be there and needed than to not be there and needed, and then you have to wait that extra time. So we are happy to go back if you don't need us. And we work really well with the ground services. So they know whether they need us or not most of the time, but it can be anybody. If you roll up on it and you make the call and your eyes are on it, then it can be you that makes that call. And then the ground services will help determine, once they get there.
After we had the show a couple of weeks ago, I had a few people say, hey, look, if you guys mentioned it, I don't remember what it was. Membership cost. Can you cover that real quick?
Sure. So it's $85 a year, and that covers everyone in the household. If you are a senior, then it's $65 a year. Our chamber members also get that discount. And
What
that's
is a senior?
60,
Okay.
over 60. Then it's $65 a year. And again, that covers everyone in the household. Anyone that gets mail at that address. If you have a parent in a nursing home or a child away at college, but they get mail at that address, then they are still covered. You never get a bill. If you're flown once a year, 5 times a year, that is covered in your membership cost.
That's pretty simple. And it's crazy for you not to have that. You have it?
No.
Oh my goodness.
He's in trouble now.
Two things that you really need to have is a prepaid funeral and an Evac. We bought a lifetime membership way back when it first came to Mountain Home. It was $500 for a lifetime.
Wow.
And
one flight will make that investment.
I have a
worth
great
it.
nephew that got flown to Little Rock to Children's, and it was $20,000. People don't understand. It's expensive. It's probably the best thing since buttered toast, but it's expensive if you don't have a membership, and you really need to consider having a membership. $85 a year is 3 pizzas a year. You know,
Absolutely.
That's a good way to put it.
Absolutely.
Just give it up and get a membership, because you're only talking $85 a year for a family. Doesn't matter if it's a family of 2 or a family of 8.
That's right.
Get after it. You just need it.
All right, sign me up.
There you go.
All right.
We just happen to have a membership package in my pocket. Get with me after.
There you go.
And anyone can stop by the base at any time, and we'll be happy to sign them up.
Yep.
Any of our crew.
Another
can do
question
that.
about the base. Is it manned to the public 24 hours a day? Is it have business office hours that are set? Tell us about the base.
You can stop by 24 hours a day. We have someone there. Our pilots work 12-hour shifts, so they do a 6A to 6P shift, and then the same thing, 6P to 6A at night. And then our crew is there depending on what day it is. They do back-to-back 12s starting at 6 a.m. So they're 24 hours a day. So people can stop by anytime you want.
Tours. People can come check the facility.
They can.
Yep.
They can actually see the helicopter
Yep,
if it
we'll let you
happens
sit
to be
in
on
it.
the ground. And
If we're not on a flight, and I've had some, talked to some folks who got really irritated because they knocked on the door and nobody was there.
Well, yeah,
we weren't answering.
that's
There's not
crazy.
anybody there if we're not on a flight. There's not
Yeah.
office personnel there.
Yeah.
But if we're there, we'll be more than happy to show them the aircraft and talk to them about membership or anything they'd like
This
to.
is probably North Central Arkansas's best kept secret, because a lot of people, I had a lot of response after the 2 weeks ago when y'all were on.
Very good.
Didn't know that was here. We didn't know that we knew it was here, but we thought it was tied to the hospital. We thought it was something that you had to do through Baxter, and it's not. It's totally independent from the hospital.
That's right.
And you can fly to any hospital. Is that
That's right.
correct?
You can come back here. If it's something that can come back here and you want to come back here, we would much rather keep you here where your
Sure.
family is and where your home is.
Customarily, do you fly to the nearest hospital in a critical car accident, something like
So
that?
the closest appropriate facility. So if a patient is in a car accident, we try to take them to a level 1 trauma center, so they have everything that they need. If someone's having chest pain or something like that, and there's they're 30 minutes from this hospital or 45 from this, we try to let them have that choice where they want to go in those situations.
But if it's a heart attack situation, the patient's not really coherent enough to talk and make a decision, you're going to take them to the quickest and the best facility.
The closest appropriate facility.
As long as they've got a heliport or somewhere for you to land, you're ready to go.
That's right.
And they have the capability of handling whatever that patient's issue is
Are
at
all
that
of
time.
the hospitals set up to where they can communicate with the helicopter?
Yes. Yeah, we call, and it's a radio channel called All Hospital. It's a statewide frequency, and that's what we use to communicate with hospitals.
It's just awesome. It really is. It's just unbelievable. Here in little old Baxter County, Arkansas, we've got something that this advanced and available to our citizens, and it's great. Anything you'd like to cover? We've got about another minute.
Well,
Sure, you want to talk about some of our
Some of our
Go ahead.
capabilities. So as Shaye mentioned, speed is a big thing for us, but we also want to bring a lot of elements of the hospital to the patient. So we have a lot of medications that you would find in an emergency department or ICU on board. We can do advanced procedures. We keep adding things to help our patients. I'm sorry. We keep adding things to help our patients, like
Don't do it,
we're
Laura.
carrying blood products. Yeah, that's a good one. Pull out the Lysol. We're adding blood products to our aircraft here in the very near future. There'll be blood on every flight. That's a really good thing for our trauma patients. And we also can transport like heart devices, like balloon pumps, devices called Impella devices. We can transport those in the aircraft as well.
Sweet.
Excellent.
How about you? Anything to close?
I'm just still happy to be here. I'm still in that new medic glow, I guess. Every day I get up, I drive an hour and a half to come to work, and it's perfectly okay with me. I'm just excited to do it. I like being there and being able to take care of people when they need it. You know, when we land.
We've got to wrap it up. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you.